Hey, we're Band of Skulls, and this is our piece for Sounds magazine.
So in the last 18 months since we last spoke to you, we have been on tour, obviously, as we always are, and we've been writing songs and made our third album.
Audiences in the States are great. We started out touring the States. With the way we decided to do it is we made our first record and we figured the States is so big and each state is like its own country. We started out there as a complete unknown and we did like 5 or 6 tours and just kept going round and kept going round. The audiences differ quite a bit, but everything sort of leveled out a little bit now. We seem to have pretty sort of flat playing field.
We're very lucky that when we first started out in 2009, I think Twitter was very new then, what it was, and we were introduced to it very early on. So our biggest advantage was just being there very at the beginning of that, and we were just touring, especially in America, and word of mouth really played a huge part in our initial kind of getting anywhere. I think what happens next will be really interesting, and any new bands should just be aware of what's happening, so they can perhaps be part of something at the beginning, and see where that takes them.
The title for the record, Himalayan, was originally a lyric, and then it became the title to that song. We thought it was good enough, and then we were looking for a title for the record, and the record turned out to be kind of bigger and bolder than we even imagined, so it kind of summed it up in a good way.
Any album is always just a snapshot of a band at a certain time, and this record has a different atmosphere than the ones before. I think our first album really had a lot of ambition, and we were striving to make some kind of impact. This new album we've got now, it seems to be everything that we love about the band and the music. It kind of crystallizes all of the things that we strive towards. So in fact, making this record, the theme of it was just sort of being happy in ourselves as a band, and having fun with it. And I think that comes across. There's a lot more of a confidence in this record than we've had before, I think.
The recording process on this record was very different. Before, we've always sort of locked ourselves away in the countryside somewhere. The last record was done in the countryside in Wales, and even with the writing process, it's always been out in some kind of field somewhere. So we sort of this time we wanted to try something new. We always try and move forward, and we'd never sort of done a sort of city kind of session before, and London seemed like a great place to do that, where we could sort of be close to our friends and family and still get together and write and play together. As long as we're 100% proud of everything that we put together and we write and record and the shows that we do, you know, it's kind of left up to other people. Then you sort of, you know, let it go out into the world and see how people react to it. But you know, as long as it's honest to us, then that's as much as we can do. You know, everything else is sort of out of your hands. But yeah, you know, we'll see. We'll see you in another 18 months and let you know.